Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a quick demo on a small level that I created. And when I mean small, I mean I put some meshes together to make some buildings, but I didn't actually finalize the whole level. And once I show this quick demo, I will then show the actual finalized code so you guys can look and see what was done to get this to work. Okay guys, here is the level that I have, and you can probably tell that not everything is pretty much finished, but I think for now this is good enough. So you can see here that I have buildings instead of the actual just geometry shapes, although you can still see the geometry shapes behind. All these buildings, they're exactly the same. I grabbed a bunch of pieces from one of the assets that we downloaded from Epic Games Marketplace and just started like building them as you see, and then I just copied and pasted it all the way through. And if I actually play the level, you can see this character just kind of going through, and you'll see once I pass that sphere that the item actually grows, and then when I exit the sphere it goes back to original size, just like we coded. And you can just walk across. I know it looks a little bit awkward or a little bit off that there's actual no movement on the character itself, but that's something we'll get to in another video. Right now I just wanted to put something where you can actually see something in place of just whatever, like just emptiness. So I put that character as the static mesh or the skeletal mesh, and we'll get the movement working another time. So that walkthrough was done during the daylight, and if you hold Control L and move the mouse around, you can actually move the sun's position and actually have it mimic as if it was nighttime. And we'll go ahead and test this again. Do a little quick play run. It's a little dark just because of the angle I'm at with the camera, but once you actually move your mouse around, you can get a better view, and you can see the lighting from the buildings and the street lamps are actually making it not as dark as it probably could have been. And so once again, if we go to the sphere by this little cube, we'll see that it actually expands. And then once we exit the sphere, it goes back to original size. And if we continue going, you'll see that the spotlights actually start turning on once you get near the sphere. And once we exit the sphere, it turns off, just like we coded. And the same thing is going to happen with every other sphere that we created with the spotlight. They're going to start turning on once we get closer.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away. your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away. Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to feed. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your lossy. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it. just what I need next. If I could just believe, then I know I can turn all of my thoughts into a real threat. Cause I'm my own worst enemy, only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
Okay, now we can look at the finalized code that I have to kind of put this together. You'll see here the MainCharacter.h class. Here's a header file. I'm going to actually just kind of scroll through this slowly so you can kind of look and copy. And you'll see the comments that I have kind of just further just indicating what the purposes are for each method and private variable. So you can just follow along and copy this for your project. Here's the constructor where we create the actual camera boom and follow camera. And here we have the implementation of actually moving the character forward and backward, right to left, and having the turn and look rates, whereas essentially you're looking from side to side or up and down. And then we have this setup player input component, which basically maps, mouse clicks, button presses to a function. Now we can go to CustomStructure.h, and you can see here's the methods that are used and the variables. And this is basically used for that small structure that you saw at the beginning of the level, where once we crossed the threshold of the sphere, you saw the sphere or the structure just increase in size a little bit, and then we saw the size go back down once we exited the sphere. So once again, here's just the CPP code for it. And you can see the star sphere overlap. This is basically where we're increasing the size of the structure's mesh and the actual radius itself. And the sphere end overlap actually is where we kind of set them back to the original sizes. And next we did the CustomSpotLightComponent, which pretty much similar the code to the previous one that we saw. We're having a overlap and end overlap, and this basically is meant to be where when the user gets to a certain point, the light will just turn on. And you saw that when we started doing the test when the level was dark. You saw the spotlights actually turn on once we got to a certain point. And couldn't observe that during the test where we had the daylight, basically, because it was just too bright out. But you could see it when we were doing this with basically the sun being down. And that's all the code that I have. Okay guys, that's pretty much it. So if you found this to be useful and helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The one thing I didn't show is how I put the buildings together that you saw, but I think for this for the purpose of this video, you don't really have to do that. But if you really want me to show, I can set up another video where I show how I put those pieces together. But this video is primarily just to kind of show how you can create C++ code with it, and to show how we can create these spheres that has basically these entrance and exit thresholds where you can actually cause something to happen. So that's about it, and once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.